Welcome to episode 528. Hans Langer, father of 3D printer in the world from Germany. This is an outline of episode 528. There are 3 reasons we study Hans Langer. First, he's the father of 3D printing, also known as additive manufacturing. Second, he started 30 years ago and he became a self-made billionaire at the age of 67. Third, 3D printer will be one of the most important new industry in the next 20 years. Let us meet Hans Langer.
I have started this company around 30 years ago, and we are the world market leader in industrial 3D printing. I saw 3D printing the first time in the mid-80s, and it was a manufacturing method, totally new, doing parts layer by layer. And by just doing this, you can do any shape. I mean, I was coming out of the laser industry, and we have just done 2D printing. And in 3D, this was just a new dimension.
He was born in Bavaria, Germany in 1952. His teenage passion was the glider. In 1977, at the age of 25, he received his PhD from Ludwig Maximilian University in Munich. His thesis is laser technology. After graduation, he worked at the Max Planck Institute for Plasma Physics, one of the most prestigious research institutes in the world. Then he worked in the private sector at Carl's Basel Laser Technique. How Hans Langer discovered 3D printing in 1985.
And one of my colleagues has sent me last year, when he heard about the success of additive manufacturing, 3D printing hype, he sent me a video which was a company presentation of 3D systems in '85, just after they had started the company and had applied for patents for doing layer by layer photopolymers.
Hans Langer came across Chuck Hull, an American who is an inventor of additive manufacturing of 3D printer and also the founder of 3D System in 1986.
The last 30-plus years have been busy, to say the least. Many of you know the story of the first 3D printed part printed 34 years ago, and this is that part. What I envisioned as an improved prototyping methodology is now making 3D production real.
Hans Langer took the idea of Chuck Hull to his boss, who rejected his idea as too risky. Langer, then 36 years old with 2 young kids and just over $50,000 to his name, founded EOS in 1989. Well, $50,000 was not enough. He found an angel investor, Falk Stracheg, who gave him $500,000 in seed financing. Here's an example of dental implants using EOS M100, one of the smallest 3D printer from his company. Today, what is a digital factory?
This makes the change.
So what are the 2 or 3 things that a digital factory can do that a traditional factory cannot?
In principle, the digital factory is just a combination of design. Most people do not see this today. I mean, you see the last acquisition of Siemens in Mentor Graphics. Why did they do this? It's simply they are buying the front end, which is a design software. Okay, so you combine the design software with the automation software, and you are able to simulate the factory.
This is the 3-tier ecosystem of EOS Group.
Market leader globally in 3D printing for 30 years now, and why is it taking off now? Why are you still doing what you do? And why have you not already sold the business to the US or to China?
I think the answer is rather simple. The additive business
industrial 3D printing is based on an ecosystem. And everybody knows EOS, our core company, but most people don't know that we have in the group the more or less a core technology, which is a laser positioning equipment. This is a ScanLab group. And we have created, over the last 3 years, an ecosystem consisting out of startups to really take this solution to the market. So in principle, it's a rather complex organizational setup, but it is the answer, finally, to stay in a leading position regarding this industrial production.
The ecosystem of Hans Langer is called AM Ventures, who invested in 20 startups in 3D printing. In 2019, Hans Langer has a net worth of $2.5 billion, and he's 100 times richer than Chuck Howe, who invented 3D printing back in 1985. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your comments and questions below. My next video will be Hans Langer 10 Lessons. Wishing everyone owns a 3D printer soon.